Ultimately, we are dealing with public money. A rupee saved is going to save the country's economy. So that is the concept what we need to have. And then actually, if you see the history of India, we had three plunders in this country. The first plunder was done by Gajani, Ghori. These people, they came and they looted the wealth of the nation. The second plunder was by the Britishers, by the colonialists. They came to the country and they plundered the wealth of this nation. The third plunder you see is a silent plunder that continues with it, that is the corruption in the departments. So the first two plunders were by outsiders, but the third plunder is being done our own people. So we need to stop this plundering. So that is the main theme of this Vigilance Awareness Week, how you can save and how you can do. Because every act of corruption, it may be a small corruption, it may be a big corruption. So there are two types of corruption. One is a grand corruption, the other one is a petty corruption. Petty corruption is what you see on the streets. A traffic constable challaning you and compromising for 100 rupee bribe. It's a petty corruption. Whereas grand corruptions take place in air-conditioned rooms. That is between big contracts. So 1,000 crore contract where you have a setting, you have a deal. So that is grand corruption. For a nation, both the grand corruption and petty corruption both are dangerous. And also you have different types of corruption. If you see, one is called sparrow corruption. Sparrow corruption. You know sparrow how it eats? Grain break grain it eats. That means small corruption. The other one is the goat corruption. Goats, you know how they try to pluck the leaves. The third one is the buffalo corruption. You see how buffaloes eat, the moment you allow it, whatever comes in their way, they keep eating. So you find all these different types of corruption in any organization. You have sparrow corruptions, you have goat corruption, and you have buffalo corruption also. So you have grand corruption and you have petty corruption also. So every form of corruption we need to stop. So that's why I say every act of corruption, however small, it is an act of betrayal against 142 crores of Indians. That we need to keep in mind. Whether it is 100 rupee corruption or 100 crore corruption, it is basically a betrayal of the 142 crores of Indians. We need to keep that in mind. So actually, who is responsible for corruption? Many people think that a man who indulges in corruption is only responsible. But actually, if you take, there are four people who are responsible for corruption. The person who actually commits it, he is responsible. A person who makes him to do it, he is also responsible. And another person who encourages him to do it, he is also part of the corruption. And the one who tolerates it silently, he is also part of the corruption. So it is not just the person who indulges in the corruption act is only corrupt. Because all the people who encourage him, who encourages him, and who makes him to do it, and who remains as a silent spectator, so they are also part of the corruption. So never think that a person who is committing crime in the department, I don't have any role in it. If you silently also see that, you are also part of it. That's why they have come out with a presentation today. If you want to inform, you can always inform through that. What is the name? PDP. You have that PDP presentation. So you explain corruption. Because ultimately, if somebody, everybody in the society wants to see a good name for Midhani. Some positive news coming about Midhani, everybody will feel happy. But if a negative news comes, then whatever hard work you have done all these years, suddenly one day it collapses. Maybe it may be some scrap corruption, or it may be your pest control corruption, whatever it may be. But when such news appears in the newspaper, the people, they form an opinion about the organization. So we need to be extremely careful in your dealings. And also, because you are all entering into the field of exports, so there are a lot of adversary which are watching you. So they try to, because you're all working in a very secret area also. So they try to get a lot of information from you. They try to do a lot of See, lot of information for you. If you see in Pune, there is a one DRDO scientist was honey trapped, and lot of sensitive information of DRDO has been handed over to the adversary countries. And also one YouTube lady, she was going all over and she was collecting intelligence about the Indian defense establishments also. So there are so many such type of threats which were not there in the earlier times. So you all should be aware, because most of us are on the social media nowadays. Social media, we are all on the social media. So there are quite possibility that so many people can approach you through the social media. They will try to entice you, they may try to trap you, or they may try to blackmail you to get the very important information. Maybe a commercial information, maybe a technical information, because they're all very, very sensitive. The items which you are handling are also very costly. I was in MIDHANI, that shop floor, Mr. N.K. Jain, that 1 kg of material is cost about 5 lakhs or so. So you are showing, so you are all handling with very expensive materials, but also very rare materials also, and rare processes also. So all these things are very confidential information. So that also we need to protect. You need to protect. So PDP is a very important method through which, if any one of your colleagues, it should not happen, but anyone, if he is indulging in corrupt practices, be brave to bring it to the notice. Maybe through the PDP program, or maybe to your bosses, or maybe to the vigilance. Because vigilance, you always should feel that they are part of your system. So never treat that vigilance is something which they are, because generally vigilance people are unwelcome everywhere. Even CBA also, no one used to call me, including my friends, to their home. Why unnecessarily call these people? So that type of attitude is there generally. Because generally vigilance people, they are doing their duty. Their charter of duties is to ensure that the probity and integrity in the organization has to go on. So you all need to coordinate and cooperate, and also you need to be, each one of us is a vigilance officer, that we need to know. And also that is one part of it. The next part is, we are all parents. So we have children. So if you want the nation to be corruption free, we need to inculcate values in our children also. That is also our role. You are employees here. Once you go home, you are parents. So the parents, it is our responsibility to see that the children are given proper value system through our deeds, because children observe, they watch us. Through that, they formulate their own value system. Yeah? Mr. Sharif. Mr. Sharif was there throughout during our visits. I was asking him, have your organization attached to the people's issues also sometimes? Because I was reading Dr. Kalam. When Dr. Kalam visited NIMS hospital in Hyderabad, he saw a boy who was operated, and he was wearing a caliper weighing about 2.5 kilos. The boy was dragging his feet and he was walking in the corridor. When Dr. Kalam visited NIMS, he saw this boy in a very sorrowful condition. Then he asked the boy, then he said, sir, this is paining me a lot because it is weighing 2.5 kilos. Then immediately Dr. Kalam remembers about some titanium oxide, which is a byproduct and it's a very light product. Then within 2 weeks, he makes a caliper weighing only about 500 grams and goes to NIMS and replaces the 2.5 kilo caliper with this 500 gram caliper. This is having sensitivity towards the society. So from your scientific background and also your expertise in so many things in materials, you can also have a close liaison with the society and you can give products to the society. No doubt, you are giving products to ISRO, you are giving products to the space, you are giving products to the HAL, and you are giving products to the army for their submarines and all. At the same time, because this is a combination or a collection of intelligence here. You are so many people with a lot of intelligence and here. So this is a repository of knowledge here. So this knowledge you can use it for the societal issues also. Because I was telling Mr. Sharif about Kangen water, the Japanese technology. So it is like our Kent or our Eureka Forbes, this thing. It is not a reverse osmosis, but they are using some material so that when the water flows through those materials, you get very good water, potable water. So I told him just go through this Kangan water concept, but also see whether Midhani also, because you deal with materials, so that you can make one product for the society. Because drinking water or the having potable and good water is one of the biggest things what we all need to have. So like that, societal issues also with materials, if you can clap, then your societal contribution also will be fulfilled. That is what is my request to Midhani. If you can take up this type of activities also, it will go a long way in the public memory. Because of Midhani, I got this product. Because that machine costs about 2 lakhs. 2 lakhs is that Japanese Kangan waters. So why don't you study? Because generally reverse engineering is the concept you all follow. So you can buy one and you can see what materials are used, and you can come up with a cheaper products. That is how involve the society and do the things for the society also. This is my humble request to all of you.